What's good, y'all? Akil here, back with another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how I take measurements for clothing. So if you guys are interested in these type of videos, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But before we jump into today's video, make sure you guys stay tuned for my live show, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Today's live show is going to be more of like a call-in show. I'll include the link in the video description and in the live chat so that you guys can just click on the link and hop into the chat and just ask any questions that you guys may have. And with doing that way, you guys can either be on camera or you can just, use your audio and we can just chop it up. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned for the live show happening later on today, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so first off, we're going to start with this long sleeve shirt. And the first measurement I like to take for these type of items is the actual shoulder measurement. So to take the shoulder measurement, you just want to flip the shirt over, start from the back, and we're just going to measure shoulder seam to shoulder seam. So right where this shoulder seam ends right there, we're going to go to the very next one, and as you guys can see, that's about 18 inches. So that's what we're going to start. That's what we're going to label the shoulder measurement to be. Now, I don't always get the question in terms of how wide are the shoulders, but this is still a very common question that most buyers would want to know. So you definitely want to include this measurement in your eBay descriptions. Now, the next most important measurement is the sleeve length, and for me, anytime I'm taking measurements of shirts, I like to start at the end of the shoulder seam. So we're just going to start right here and then take it all the way down to the end of the cuff. So for this shirt in particular, I'll just call this 25 inches. It's a little bit more, maybe a 25¼ inch. Sometimes people would label a 1/4 inch, especially if you're dealing with blazers or dress shirts where it's practically a game of inches, so a lot of people would be super particular about that. But for this particular shirt, since it is a casual button down, something like this, I might just label it as 25 inches. Now for the chest measurement, it's basically just pit to pit, armpit to armpit, and I always like to make sure I specify that in the eBay description as well, just so that the buyer knows exactly how I actually measured the chest measurement. So like I said, we're just going to start from armpit to armpit, and just from seeing that there, that's about 21 inches armpit to armpit. Also keep in mind, this shirt is definitely not for sale. This is one of my shirts, but just a quick example for you guys. So now that we have the chest, the shoulder, and the sleeve measurements down, the last measurement, and this is also super important, is the actual shirt length. And for this one, I like to start at the very top of the collar and go all the way down to the end of the shirt. And as you guys can see, this shirt is about 30.5 inches long. So that's what I would put if I was to list this shirt on eBay. The shirt length would be 30.5 inches. And I would just say in quotations that I started at the very top of the collar to the end of the shirt. So now that we're done with the shirt, the next item I'll show you guys how I take measurements of is a pair of jeans. Now the first measurement is the waist, and just like we did with the shirt, you want to make sure that the item is laying flat, just so that you can just specify that in the item description as well. All items were measured while the item was laying flat. Now, the first measurement, like I said, is the waist, and this one is 16 inches. If this was a women's pair of jeans, I would just specify 16 inches, but since it is a men's pair of jeans, for the waist, we'd say this waist is 32 inches. You definitely want to keep that in mind anytime you're measuring jeans, whether it's for men or for women. For men, it's usually always doubled. Now, next up is the inseam, and for the inseam, I like to start at the very end of the crotch and just go down to the very end of the jeans. Now, for this inseam, it's going to be 32 inches, as you guys can see, and that's basically how you do the inseam. Now, the next most important measurement is the leg opening. This will basically let the buyer know how loose or how slim fit the jeans actually are, and for the leg opening, I'll just do at the very end of the jeans. And for this leg opening, as you guys can see, this one is 8 inches. Now, last but certainly not least, I don't always include the measurement of the rise, but sometimes I do get questions about the rise measurement, only because some jeans are low rise, sometimes ultra low rise jeans, sometimes even high rise if you're selling women's jeans as well. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. But for the rise, I would start just like we took the inseam. You would just want to start at the very top, at the very top of the jeans, and then go down where you would have started to take the measurement, basically the end of the crotch. And as you guys can see, that's a 12-inch rise. Alright, y'all, so this is just going to be a bonus measurement just in case you guys come across an item that might not actually have the shoulder seam. Here, as you guys can see, no shoulder seams. For the sleeve length, I would usually just start at the armpit and that would basically just give the buyer just a better perception of what the sleeve length would be. And as long as you specify the sleeve length measurement was taken from the armpit to the end of the cuff. Now, just a quick example, the sleeve length for this particular jacket is 22 inches. Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you guys stay tuned for that live show happening 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's going to be a live call-in show, so I'm just going to be switching things up, make it more interactive. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned for the show. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this.